Welcome to Creative Scrapbooker Magazine's Technique Tasters. I am here with Kim Gowdy.
Hello.
She decided to come back, yay. And Kim, today we're going to be working with the Creative Memories original border maker system. They brought it back and they've made it better than ever. And Kim is going to be showing us all different ways to add layers to your layouts or your projects without adding bulk. So let's just get right at her and show us what's inside that box.
Okay, so when they have repackaged this, it's great because it's a perfect storage box as well. So when you open it up, you can store all of your punches.
That is so important.
And the system itself.
It all stays in one place nicely on your shelf.
For me, I like to pack it up, put it away so I can go to the next thing.
And it's nice and compact. Like
it is. It fits nicely. It's kind of I think probably about 12. So it tucks in with our 12 by 12 supplies,
Perfect.
Right?
They must have thought about that.
I'm thinking they did. So the system that we're working with is basically 3 parts.
Okay.
So we're going to work with these ones here today.
I'll take this one.
Put that aside.
We'll just have a look at what we're doing here. This is this beautiful layout that you've made.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're going to create the border.
Yeah, so we're going to use the border punch for what it was meant to do. We're going to create a border.
Perfect.
And this system makes it really easy compared to some that you can get where you have to hold your paper in place and match up to go across the full length of the paper. This one here, there's a little guide on the bottom that snaps out.
And you know, the first time I grabbed this, I wasn't sure what that slip was. I had to actually look it up. But that is actually the guide showing you how far to put the paper in, right?
Right. So then you lift up this, and this has a magnet on it. So this is going to hold your paper. So you stick that in, let it go down, hold it in place, and then you remove
the guide.
The guide so it snaps onto the bottom again.
Perfect.
This is your punch. This is the tool to make it work. So we're going to put this inside, snap it.
Tons of different designs.
Lots of great designs that they're coming out with. And then this has 2 little notches and you will feel it will snap into place.
Yeah, and you I guarantee you will feel. You won't question whether it's in or not. You know it's in place, and you push down. And then you slide over to the next notch, and then you keep. Oh, so easy.
There's no guesswork. There's no lining up this to the little angled part on your punch.
They've taken all the guessing out. You're going to get a perfect slick border.
So it's this beautiful border all the way along, and that's what I've used on this here.
That's what you've done right here.
Cool thing with this particular punch is. Sorry if my hands are in your way.
Not all.
You can thread ribbon through here. Or what I did on this layout here is I took some of the coordinating paper and just cut it to size, and then I just thread that through.
Threaded it right through.
Yeah.
For a really pretty effect.
Now,
Kim, you have, this is all Creative Memories paper in the background, is that right?
Creative Memories from their Cool Serenity and their travel.
And they come with these.
They have little journaling blocks, so you could use it. You could use this to create a page. I used it for down here for my creative memory journal. For my journaling block.
Right.
And I've added some stamps to it.
I see you've used an Impression Obsession stamp.
I did, with some Ranger ink, and actually the background is the Creative Memories.
I see that.
Pattern paper, but I wanted to add more texture.
I think, is it this one? This sheet right here? It is.
Yeah. You can bring this out so you can see it. And, you know, that paper on itself was really nice, but I just wanted to add a little bit more texture with the stamp.
Impression Obsession stamp and some of the Ranger Distressing.
Ranger Distressing, and just light. I didn't want to change the effect. I just wanted to be subtle in the background.
Now, you've got this journaling here. What pen did you use?
I love using the Chameleon detail pen. So it has 2 tips. It's got a fine and, you know, a thicker fine. So great for journaling.
Did you use both here? Is this the thin?
I did, yeah. So you've got the thin and the thick. I think a lot of people use this for sketching as well.
Right.
Beautiful tip for that.
Awesome.
So that is what I tend to go to.
I actually didn't know they had a fine detail pen. This comes in their kit, right? Like when you buy a set.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, nice, perfect. So, and now I see you've used some Mayart's twine.
Twine is on almost all of my layouts and cards. I love Mayart's twine. I don't buy yards of it, I buy big spools of it.
And you know what, this particular twine, I have it also, and I know you do too, in the whole roll. It just sits on my desk and I tend to add it to everything.
Yeah. You know what, I like it because it's a nice fine twine, so it gives you the texture without the bulk, and I am all about layers and texture with no bulk.
Yeah, and you know what, this layout is paper light.
It's gonna go into your protector.
Album. Yep.
And it's not gonna create a challenge.
But looks like you've got all different kinds of layers on here and it's light, so awesome. I love it. Thank you,
Well,
Kim,
thank you
for showing us how to use that original border punch maker system. You gotta go out and grab yourself some of those.
I think you should.
Kim is back with the Creative Memories Original Border Maker System, and she is going to show you how to use them to create stencils. And this is really fun, and it makes you look at your tools in a different way outside of the box, what have you, right?
Yeah, which is fun. Like, it's lovely to use them as they're meant to be used because that's how you get to learn about the product, but it's fun to let them grow with different things that are trendy in the system. And stencils right now are huge.
Huge.
So we're going to make the background for this card. So fun. And this is my favorite punch.
The bubbles. The bubbles.
You can use it for so many things. So we showed you in the last one.
That's right. So we worked that. Perfect. I'm going to move it on over here.
So what I have done for this card, if we just move this up, we've cut the stencil using the punch.
So that's what you created right there.
Created right here.
Perfect.
I've added on some duct tape. Our friend Christy Riopel taught us how to do this.
Yes.
And it does a couple of things. It weights down the edge of my paper. I've used Super Stock for this, Creative Scrapbooker Super Stock.
Some nice, I think it's 120 pounds. So it's nice
I think so. Yeah. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
So it will hold all kinds of...
Perfect for making stencils.
Inks and stuff like that. Yeah. So it holds it down, but it also gives you a working edge as well to play with.
Right. So you don't have to worry about your ink going onto your project. You can move it all over the place.
Right.
I mean, your ink going onto your project where you don't want the ink to go, because you want the ink on your project.
You want it on the project, but you don't want it necessarily all over the place.
No, you don't.
So I've used Distress inks.
Nice from Ranger. Yes. Very nice.
And I'll just very quickly show you how I've applied these, because really it's all about the... Just go in and randomly add ink. I should have a separate one for yellow, but we'll just,
Okay,
so we'll do that. I'm going to work on the center here because I didn't bring a mat with us, so I don't want to mess up our table here. We're just going to take...
We're just going to give you the basic idea. And now you're using a darker shade of Ranger Distress ink.
Darker shade.
Okay.
And these all play nicely together.
Oh, for sure.
And see, this allowed me working space outside.
That's a really smart.
And then you come
yeah.
over,
Perfect.
and how nice is that?
Beautiful. Do it one more time just to have.
Do you want to do it one more time?
I do,
Here,
actually.
you can work with it. Check it out.
I do actually. Okay. That is easy to use. Hey.
So easy.
And fun. I love bubbles.
Yeah, and you can use this on
Oh,
a
yeah,
big project.
cool.
You can overlap. You can, you
Do
know,
whatever. You
it's a
bet.
great size.
It
and
is.
because it's sturdy, I'm holding on to this. I'm not
Yeah.
going to reinvent the wheel every time I need a stencil.
Yeah.
If I'm working with wet paint, maybe it's a little different, a couple uses.
Right.
But if I'm working with inks,
Definitely.
this
like
is
you
good
just-
to go.
You can put that into your stencil drawer for till the Superstock gets
Exactly,
working or
exactly.
wet or whatever. Nice.
And so
Great.
with this, I then cut it down, and I use the adhesive sheets on the back of my stenciled paper.
Okay. Oh, and you used an Elizabeth Craft die to create
I
that
did.
oval.
It gives me a nice oval to put
Okay.
this little gal
Yeah,
into. She's so fun.
cute.
And by using the adhesive sheets, it keeps everything really nice and flat on the card. Sometimes
Perfect.
I find if I'm layering like that, I don't want it to buckle.
Yeah, you don't want any bubbles and when you go to push it down and anything.
No.
So these are Scrapbook adhesives by 3L adhesive sheets.
They are.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
fantastic.
You could use them for pictures. You can. I really like them this way when I really don't want things to buckle on me. And then they're easy. Then you just peel it off,
and you got
and
it
you have
ready
an
to go.
instant sticker. It's perfect. You know, we could stick that on there,
And you're good. Love it. And it really sticks.
and it sticks really well.
So this is an Art Impressions.
This is an art impression stamp and die. This is the
that's
gal
so
that I've used. She's so fun.
They're spinners, is that right?
So what you do is you tighten it really good, put it in your card, and then
Okay.
when they open it from their card and they open it up,
It spins.
it spins.
And look at there's the back of the chair. She's sitting on there.
She's
So nice.
sitting on there in front, and it says sometimes you gotta spin.
Sometimes you got
Sometimes you gotta spin. The one thing I did find with this that really helps when you're putting it together, I've got Mayart's twine in here again, which it's not bulky, so it's not giving a lot of bulk. I use the glossy accents just along the twine.
Okay.
It seems to bond it better than a adhesive sheet or a tape
Oh, I
runner.
see. Okay.
I've tried a couple of different things, and the glossy accents is what really keeps everything snug and
as a bug.
tight and not shifting as
Yeah,
you're
that
spinning
makes
it.
sense. That makes sense.
So
Well,
really fun card.
Kim, that
Really
is
fun card
so
to
much fun. And these Art Impressions spinners, they come in
Adorable.
everything. And of course, they have the coordinating dies, so you don't have to fussy cut this out.
Oh, there's no fussy cutting.
No fussy cutting.
No fussy cutting.
Love it. So you've got us some bubbles with the Creative Memories border maker system. Love that. You can create all kinds of stencils.
Oh, you could have so much fun.
You've used beautiful range of distressing, some Elizabeth Craft dies, Scrapbook adhesives by 3L sheets. Holy moly, we've got a lot on our plate to make tonight. I'm excited about it.
Go have fun.
Thanks, Kim. Kim is back using the Creative Memories original border maker system, and this time she is going to be creating embellishments. So it's just another way to use the Border Maker system, looking at it a little bit differently, and it's so cool.
You know, it is pretty cool, and it kind of took me out of my comfort zone trying to figure out how we could do this.
Which is awesome.
But it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes you think. So what we've put together here is this little tag card book.
Cute.
However,
Cute as sin.
I thought of it would be a fun thing if you went away on a weekend with somebody. You guys had lots of fun, took lots of pictures, throw a few pictures on. Thank you. It was lots of fun.
I love it.
So,
and this size, printing this size of photo is so trendy right now.
oh, and it's so easy.
You know, and you could put them in your planners or in your calendars, whatever.
Take them from Instagram,
love it.
and you know,
Totally
the work
squirreled away from your board.
Oh, you know what? That's okay.
Yes.
This is all about quick and easy.
Yeah,
Okay. And again, it just flips.
That's so cute.
But guess what? My little binding is actually from the border punch.
From the border punch. That's
So-
how you. So that's what you're going to create here.
That's
These little
what
guys.
we're going to create. So, you know, we'll take our border
Move
punch
this on over here.
and we'll take our Bow Bunny paper. I use this
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's very simple. There's not a whole lot with this. It's 2 sheets of paper. It's back to basics.
Back to basics
Yep.
from Bow Bunny.
I like
Love
going
it.
back to basics, whether it's with the name of the paper or just
When in doubt, back to basics.
exactly. So again,
That's a sticker. That's a bumper sticker.
we
for
could
scrapbookers.
make a sticker.
We could make a sticker.
Go back to basics. So again, we're going to put our paper into the guide, make sure it lines up, snap it down
Snap
to
it
get
down.
the magnetic part.
And it holds really tight.
You hear and
You
feel
hear
it. There's
I wish you could hear it at home. Definitely.
This one here, we're using this little flower.
Lacy-like thing.
It is like a
lock
little
and lace.
lace.
Lock and lace.
We're going to snap it in
You
place.
can actually hear it snap into place. Don't worry, it's always going to line up so perfectly. As
Now,
Kim's working
this
down.
one you could not use for. You can use it alone as a border. You couldn't use it for stenciling or anything like this because this is actually punching out.
Right. You're actually getting a really
You're getting
fine,
a piece
nice.
of paper opposed to an edge of a
Right.
paper, right? And when I put this together, it's really simple. I just folded and matched up.
Because is this all one? It is. It's all one
all
continual.
one piece. So just line things up, and you can be as particular or as not as you want. And what I found through trial and error, if you double them up, it's a little stronger.
Right.
Okay. So once I had it folded, then just add some adhesive.
Okay.
And then snap 2 together.
Perfect.
Okay. Snap 2 together. Don't get too fussy on
I
it.
didn't see this coming. I wasn't sure what you were going to do, but now I get it.
Okay, and then you continue along like that, and I won't do the whole thing
Okay.
because you
Yeah,
know, you
we
see
get
what
we
I'm
get
doing.
the point. Yeah.
I took little squares.
Of the Bow Bunny, back to basics.
Here, they're a little bigger than little
Yeah.
squares, but choose
We
your
get the
shape,
point.
right?
Yeah, we get it.
And then between 2 of them,
You would hear
okay,
it.
you're going to add adhesive on both sides, and I'm not being very,
That's okay.
and
Pop it in.
pop it in.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. That's awesome. Totally.
Isn't that fun?
That is
and then
totally
you're going
awesome.
to skip one because you want it to open like a book.
Right.
Right?
Oh, that's so cute. That is really super
It's
duper
very
cute.
cute.
And
And then you can just keep going, right?
And then what did you do here, Kim? You used some of those.
I use some of the Tim
That's what you
Holtz
did there.
ideology. I just, keep this simple.
Right.
Just snap on some words that make sense to the moment, to make sense to the
Right.
picture, and have fun with
Oh,
it.
beautiful photo. And then
It's
you
just-
inked a little bit?
I inked a little bit. I used some distress ink along the edges. Again, it's easy. It's one of those easy things to do in scrapbooking that, I don't know, it just brings your eye.
It frames it somehow.
It
doesn't
does. It
Brings
brings
all
your
in.
eye into the center
These
of
are
what
the
you're
cutest
creating.
photos ever.
And these words are fantastic. They have
yeah.
everything you could want.
And it actually has quite a few sheets of different words,
They
doesn't
have
it?
craft and white. So
Yeah.
if you can't find a word in there to play with,
Yeah.
you're going to have to write it. And then you're going to have to call on our friend Kelly
We're going to have to get Kelly on the show
do some
to write
writing.
some words
Exactly.
for us. You bet. Well, you know what, Kim? That is absolutely awesome. I love what you did here.
It's just really simple and fun.
These are the cutest little books. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You are welcome.
I'm going to be making that.
Please do. There's one started for you already.
There's one started for me. Kim, you have put together all of the techniques that we showed using the Creative Memories original border making system on this incredibly stunning layout and photo that you took. Like, I'm just blown away by it, and I just have to say that that's probably one of the most, you know, beautiful displays of poppies I've ever seen.
It was a pretty amazing moment for me.
You were in...
This was in Perth, Scotland, and they happened to have the poppies weeping window on display while we were there.
Lucky duck.
You know what? I was honored to be there. It was really
nice.
Yeah, very emotional when you're there.
Yeah.
It's just quite the visual.
So you've gone ahead to capture this moment using the border punch, and I see you've done a little bit here.
I did. I've used a couple of I see my ribbon is out of place here, but that's all good. I've used a couple of borders on here, so I've used my borders as borders.
Right.
You know, don't overthink it. They're border punches.
They're
use
beautiful.
them as borders.
That's right.
So this is a border on the side.
And you've used, this is all Bo Bunny pattern paper.
All Bo Bunny pattern paper,
yes,
yeah.
Love it here,
and again, the colors just worked so well with the pictures, I felt.
Yeah.
And as did the embellishments, because they had this poppy embellishment and cherish, and it just worked really well. So again, I've made somewhat of an embellishment with the border here, where I've just punched it out.
Yeah, put it on.
Put little decals on there, little crystals, and
little crystals,
yeah,
yes.
it just pops it up. And then we've used to add extra pictures on here.
Nice.
I've made that little binding embellishment again.
Using this border punch.
Using this border punch.
Nice.
And to create like we did with that little flip card or flip book.
What this here is
Maillards ribbon. Oh, how can you not love
so
Maillards
pretty.
ribbon? It just adds that kind of finishing touch on it. I also used the punch as a stencil, and it doesn't show up as well on here, but it gives me a little bit of a white background.
Oh, I see. So you used a little bit of the distress stain to go back there?
I did. So I made a stencil again out of one of the punches because I wanted to mimic this look, which is from the windows.
Oh, I see.
But I wanted it in white, and I didn't want it to overpower because I wanted to use my journaling on it. So I used the Tim Holtz distress stain
it's
on that. Yes, and then I just took the masking tape to block out the
film.
Yeah, because ultimately this is a film stencil.
A film strip. You bet.
Yeah.
So cool, and it's all stuck together with
Scrapbook Adhesive by 3L tape runner.
Awesome.
You know, it does the job. It keeps it down, and I love it.
Kim, fantastic job. I'm so excited, and I know you're going to be back on the show.
I'll come back again.
You bet. Thank you so much. Until next time, everybody, take care and happy scrapbooking.